Hey guys, Jason Stallworth here, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. I am glad you're here. So this video is all about metal tones, but for a very specific amplifier. So you see I got on my desktop here, the Blackstar HT-5RH MK III. This is like a studio desktop head. It's built for recording direct, which is what you just heard. And in this video, we're going to get right to this, by the way. I want to get to the meat and potatoes. Hey, now I'm kind of hungry. But we are going to hear some individual tones because I want to put this little amplifier to the test, and I'll explain as we go. Now do hang around for the end, because after we go through these tones here, I'm going to share my exact EQ settings that I use for this video, and there are a couple of very important elements to the tone I'm getting. I'll share that with you as well at the end. First up, I want to give you a thrash metal style riff, so let's hear what that sounds like by itself with this amplifier. Pretty cool tone, and I hope you enjoyed the riff. By the way, my videos like this, I literally just make stuff up riff-wise as we go, so I do hope you enjoy the riff. The next test, this is a very important test to me personally, and it's kind of bypassing all the fast stuff and the super heavy stuff that we do. I want to hear what this amp sounds like when you just let those chords ring out, because I feel like that's when you start to get the true character of how this amplifier sounds and if you're going to love it or not. Now, on the contrast, I want to play some faster stuff. I want to test the tightness of this amplifier here, because you want your notes to have clarity. So let's hear what that sounds like with this amp. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the tightness of this amp, but now I want to move on to one of my favorite styles, and that's an 80s metal style riff. Let's hear it. By the way, I did not change the EQ for any of the riffs you just heard. I also did not change the cabinet and mic that I'm using. I'll explain that at the end when we go over the EQ settings here. That's a pretty cool feature with this amp here, and of course all of the MK3 series that Blackstar has out. But next we're going to hear what some lead playing sounds like, and I've got one more ultra heavy tone after that. Really smooth on the leads here. I really like this amp a lot for guitar solos. Now you heard some delay in that. I just use a delay plugin on the track that I recorded here. One more tone before we go over the settings and the other good stuff here. I want to see how this, or hear rather, how this amplifier handles some lower tuning. So let me grab this Dean Exile 7-string. Let's hear what this sounds like with the Blackstar HT-5RH. Right now, let's dig into the EQ settings that I use for all of these tones, and then there are a couple little secret sauces I'm going to share with you as well. Before we do that, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the folks at Blackstar for sponsoring this video here. Appreciate you guys. I'm really digging this amp. Again, this is the Blackstar HT-5RH MK III head, and it's built for desktop studio recording. As you can see, it fits right on my desktop here, so you can place this amp just about anywhere. You can use it by plugging it directly into your computer via USB, or you can use the line out and plug it into your interface, and again, you can just start recording right away using the Cab Rig software for their speaker cabinets and mic simulations, and this is included with the Blackstar amplifier. You have access to this software at no extra charge. I use the Blackstar HT5 overdrive channel for all the tones you just heard, and you can see the voice is on. So Blackstar gives you a voice which almost acts as like a separate channel because it's a little bit different tone. Now I've got my gain setting probably around 7 there. If we move over to the EQ, nothing special going on here. I've got my treble up there probably around 7.5. My mids are cut just a little bit, and my bass is straight up and down. I also have the Blackstar ISF knob. That control knob is between 6 and 7 there. This gives you more of either a British sound if you go all the way clockwise with it. If you go counterclockwise, you get more of that American sound. So again, for me, I keep mine right there. That's sort of a sweet spot for me. I also had a little reverb on those tracks as well. Now you also saw me make an adjustment when I picked up the 7-string. So I just boosted the mids a little on that for the 7-string. Whenever you're playing low tunings or 7-string, I personally find that boosting the mids gives you a little bit more clarity. Now, secret sauce number 1, I did use an external overdrive pedal with this amplifier. So I've got this MXR classic distortion. I've got the settings as you would expect. The distortion is all the way down. I've got my level all the way up, and the tone knob is pretty much up and down there. So nothing special there, but that does help give this amplifier a little bit more push for some of the more extreme styles of metal, and it gives it that extra edge for the guitar solos. Now, of course, in front of that, I also have a noise gate. I've got the MXR Smart Gate here. If you're using an overdrive pedal with this amplifier, you'll probably need a noise gate. Of course, I recommend using a noise gate with most amplifiers because when you're playing high gain, you're going to get that little extra noise, and the gate just helps. Secret sauce number 2. Earlier I talked about the Blackstar Cab Rig software, and again, let me reiterate that you get this software at no additional cost. What this allows you to do is go in and configure the cabs, the speaker, and mic combinations that you want. There are also some default settings and some other presets that you can go through in there, but you can pair speakers with mics and off-axis, on-axis. You can even EQ the mic, so there are a lot of options for tone shaping in there. I believe the cabinet that I was using for this was their classic UK 412 cabinet with a 121 microphone simulator. And the Cab Rig software actually works with all of the MK3 series of amplifiers. You guys have seen me use it for the Amped 3 pedal that I have. You've also seen me use Cab Rig with my Blackstar half stack sitting behind me over here, the HT Venue MK3. I also made a complete tutorial on how to use the Cab Rig software. I know I'm talking about this a lot, but it's a huge part of getting these tones that you're hearing in this video, and of course the other videos I've done on my other Blackstar amplifiers. So I have a full tutorial on how to use the Cab Rig software. I'll put it up there for you. And if you want to see the complete tutorial where I go through the specs and more tones of the Blackstar HT5 amp that I have, I'll put that video up there for you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, keep it metal and keep playing music.